Hang on.
I can see why he gets the job hosting Crufts. Ready? Steady.
Dogtanian.
Oh, I don't know. I've still got one wall left. Hang on, it's not over yet. It's still conking. Was he
Hammond.
then?
Not have the. They do not have the legal.
I can't wait for this now. The legal...
Because they do not have the legal right to measure children. To just measure them. Just say if you see a policeman measuring your children, you think, quick, call the... Oh.
But you didn't. What's this? It's all hanging off in the wind.
Good-looking, mild-mannered, snappy dresser, 5'11", would like to live...
5'11", mild-mannered.
It's a Lonely Hearts ad. If I put angry short bloke, I won't get any replies. Big it up, talk it up.
So how many replies did you get?
None.
So that would be a big fat naught.
Yeah, that's
Look at the door! It's an old cabinet!
I've run out of money.
It didn't deserve.
Look at that!
Not working.
He's going to notice, isn't he?
But mostly because you've built that in front of that slope, and the Mini is coming down that one.
Right. Righto.
What a complete...
Some adjustments.
Did nobody tell you?
No, obviously, or I'd have built it over there. That is fairly embarrassing. What I need is a bit...
Shut up.
It's brilliant scam!
Do you know what, though?
Look at that suspension working away. How's he looking?
Eggy.
It was like a spaniel that's crashed into the back of the head. Ah!
Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my word.
Whoa! Oh, my God!
Hang on, we've got to put the legs down.
Keep through the night. That's...
Yes!
You opened door one, but my door's still there. It's come back to Longbridge.
It's on strike.
Where's May?
Backing in him on the throne! Clarkson, it's not funny! Clarkson, you infantile pillock. You're tidying that up.
Yes! What do you think of that? Well done. Look at the back of it.
There's plenty more stuff coming through.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now coming up to the last lot. The very last lot.
Oh, mate. No, it look good. It's not.
You don't get fell out of James's luggage, do you?
Fell out of my what? I missed that.
Always give way to the car from the right.
You've a 1 in 100 chance of being right there.
But you're at 27 cars or something.
We've narrowed it down to 1.
And we don't like
And we
it.
still don't like it. I'm going the scenic route. It's improved.
I do apologise, we've wasted your evening.
Go away. That's an all-new... I've never seen a lockable fuel filler cap where you need to saw...
It's very secure. You must drive to a nearby beach and get changed into wetsuits inside your motorbike.
Sorry, I'm suddenly feeling cheered up. Have you ever tried to put wetsuits or suits? Have you ever tried to put them on? You see this field now, you need an area this big, which you have, but it's here, so you've got to parcel all that up to drive to the... And you...
I know. Is mine all right, look? What is it? He's just having one in him. What does it say? What?
Stop!
And my ingenious snow measuring tactic didn't go brilliantly.
Wow! That's a lot harder there.
Of all the countries, you in particular could have selected, what you've done, Richard Hammond, is paint on your Mini the flag of Mexico.
God, I have, don't I?
You have.
Maybe you should put a piece of lemon in the fuel filler neck, see if it makes it go a bit better.
Come on. Kaput.
Kaput's, it's kaput. Kaput's good.
All good. That was, I think we're all agreed, a fantastic film, yes? Yes. Brilliant, and a brilliant car as well. But there's just one tiny little bit of it I want to see again. May we?
What a feeling! I am a driving god!
I am a driving god. When you take a dog for a walk, I am a dog-walking god.
It was a big moment. It's like being in a cartoon in that thing. And yes,
You got carried away.
I got very carried away. Okay, I'm not a driving god, all right? It was a mistake to make that claim.
The best thing about this is you just know it has to have come from a country where drugs are legal.
It could only have been the Dutch. You can see them now sitting around one night all listening to Bob Marley and somebody just, these cars, too many wheels, let's lose one.
My favourite Dutch story is they had an explorer years ago, okay, called Abel Tasman, who went off to the South Seas to try and expand, find new lands and so on. And he found Tasmania, because he was Abel Tasman, and that's named after him. He found New Zealand, and he found the Fiji Islands. He missed Australia.
It's easily done.
I was on the deck having a little smoke, sailed right past it.
You've got everything.
It's just unbelievable. I'm sorry about that.
But then they brought it over to this country, and because it's kind of not a car, not a bike, the bloke in a suit, when they brought it over and said, look at this crazy car, he didn't know what to do. So as a result, you don't need a helmet to drive.
No, my wife drove it.
There you go.
You know, honestly, I had one of these last weekend, and I have to say, absolute hand on heart, I've never had so much fun in a car, really and truthfully, and I don't think I'd ever tire of it.
No.
You'd certainly never tire of people coming around going, can I have a go? Can I? I see everyone goes, oh, can I say? The kids were like, let's just go for another ride in that car we're on.
Yep.
And it's when it goes around, it's like when it leans, it really, really, really banks over, and you have these little warning lights. Did you show those?
No, well, we
You have these little warning lights on the dashboard that tell you it goes through the green bit, And then you get into the red bit when it's going to lean too much, and it just said in my letter, and this is really good fun.
It's such a clever idea because it gives you a target. The first time I got 2 red lights, I got 4.
Oh, and it was the kids in the back. How many lights have you got on now, Dad? All 3 red ones. Whoa, leaning around it. I loved it. But the great thing was, okay, I went to a party.
What, in this?
Yeah.
Good man.
And as is my wont, I admit, at a party, may have had a sherry or 2.
You didn't?
Yeah, and decided that I wasn't going to drive back in this paralytic, so my wife said she'd drive, and that meant I had to...
you passengered?
Yeah.
You're joking?
No.
Actually, I don't believe you.
I'll show you.
Seriously?
I can get in the back of this. Just
I want
watch
to see
this.
it. Do you want me to do the seat for you?
Yeah, there is an art to getting in, OK?
You are joking.
To do it in a crazy and sexy way.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic.
Oh, you see, look, I'm in.
I can't believe that. Right, I'm getting in.
You see, this is a country where homosexual marriage is legal. And
He is my partner and also my lover. Lift your foot. Look at that! That's marvellous. Good work.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. I hate to interrupt, but this is quite honestly the biggest load of limp-wristed twaddle I've ever heard in all my 5 weeks in television. These two are not men, OK? This one, Richard Hammond, every morning sticks his head in a bucket of hair product, right? He's got a dog, but it's a poodle. And I don't know what you're laughing about, Clarkson, because you won't drink brown beer. And this is the man that says flatulence, oh, it's not funny, when clearly it is, isn't it? Right.
Well, I can't be bothered to argue anymore. It may well be nice to drive, but I'm going to do a little experiment. I've got the keys for it here, OK? And, OK, you, all right? How do I say it?
Perodua.
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 Perodua. OK, what's this? Perodua Calista, eh? Nothing. Absolutely no response.
But it's ain't perfect, but it's good.
Right, here's something that doesn't happen very often, about once in a lifetime, a new Bristol. OK, this is the Bristol Fighter. Actually, it's the Bristol Fighter Mark II, because the first one was launched in 1916 and it was a biplane. But this looks quite a bit more promising. It's a two-door gull-wing supercar. It's going to cost £230,000, 210 miles per hour, V10 engine, 525 something brake horsepower.
That's the same engine they put in a Dodge Viper, isn't it?
Essentially, well, actually, no. Well, it's essentially the same, but it actually develops more power in a Bristol for some reason.
How come?
I don't know. Mahogany crankshaft or something traditional like that. But anyway, I loved Bristols when I was a kid for some perverse reason, and for...
No, they've got confused, James.
You loved Bristols when you were a child.
When I was a kid, I loved Bristols, and then I got into cars, and I quite fancied the idea of a Bristol. And it's quite good because now I actually live about 1.5 miles from the Bristol showroom, which is in South Kensington. It is the only Bristol showroom in the world, and I thought, I'm going to go up there, and finally, I'm going to drive a Bristol. They wouldn't even let me in the showroom. And do you know why?
Why?
Because I know you git.
Yeah, the problem is I once did drive a Bristol, and all I said in the road test was that it was that the handle that you pulled the glove box down with looked like it was made from the flex from a 1940s telephone, you know, that Harriet thing like that. That was it. You're banned. You're never driving another Bristol. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I wake up every morning and think, I'll go to work in the SL then. But
we used to ring up Bristol and they'd pick up the phone and say, Bristol Cars, may I help you? And they now pick it up and say, Bristol Cars, do you know Jeremy Clarkson? And if you say yes, then you just get a click. That's a very polite click.
BMW had the best brains in the business. They had this wonderful-looking body. They had the engine from an M5, a trick rear axle. They even got James Bond to drive one. It should have been spectacularly good. But that's just what they were expecting it to be. Instead, it turned out to be awful. Let me show you what it was like to drive. Ah, yes. This is exactly what a Z8 feels like to drive. It's that same sense of, ooh, what's going to happen next? The problem was, they didn't know what they wanted the Z8 to be. Sports car, muscle car, boulevard cruiser. and it's ended up as a sort of browny green mush of all three. Now, I was driving to work the other day and I saw this car parked at the side of the road. Now, that was a Jaguar, and somebody thought, I know what I can do. I can put a chest freezer on the front and a nice 1970s paint scheme, and it'll be great. Look at that spoiler on the back, which I only just noticed.
That's fantastic.
And it made me think, what is the worst car in Britain today? So we decided to have a competition to try and find it.
Now, we all know from changing rooms, OK, MDF is a fantastic material if you want to make a wardrobe, a cupboard in your kid's bedroom, shelves or whatever. If you do this and you've got some MDF left, make some more shelves, put it in the loft, put it in the corner of the garage with all those other useful bits of wood, but don't put it on the car. It simply does not work. This is a truly heartwarming tale of British boffins. They're called Mark and Colin. They've been in their shed, smoking pipes, making cups of tea, and they've been head-banging that old chestnut, the electric motor car. They've come up with a prototype, I should tell you, called the E-Motion, and they say, we really are at the cutting edge of technology and aim to lead the way with a variety of innovations, many of which could find an instant and ready market in the mass production of commercially viable electric cars. Let's have a look at it.
It's a rubbish thing. He's got a fridge freezer. What's this on the top?
I said, Mark, hang on, we've forgotten the windscreen. Can you just lend us your crash helmet?
I like they obviously made it blunt at one end with a fridge freezer.
Well, it's a fridge freezer.
Oh, let's make it pointy, then it's aerodynamic. Look at that.
It has got some way to go before it becomes a viable four-seater family car, isn't it?
Do you want to invent something? Invent another Concorde.